Russia versus Ukraine: How is the reporting of the Russian and Ukraine conflict affecting the actual situation between the two countries? By Ty, Anthony, and Georgiana. In recent events, Russia has amassed a large number of troops in Belarus and along the Ukrainian border, causing Western media to stir up panic. In response, Russian President Vladimir Zelensky spoke about the situation at a news conference for foreign media in Kyiv. This panic about Russian invasion of Ukraine has caused many Western countries to panic and further reinforce their contributions to NATO's forces on the Polish and other borders of Russia. To summarize, Zelensky said, "The Russian threat is not being undermined, but he believes it is being extremely exaggerated, considering that Russia has had mobilized troops and military resources along the Ukrainian border since 2014. He states that the news is being reported in a very Western-biased way. Media outlets don't expand on the why or provide any context for Russia's recent mobilization of troops into Belarus or around the Ukrainian border. The target audience is Western citizens or people who want to know the Ukrainian president's perspective on the situation. The writer is Robin Dixon, a Western reporter at The Washington Post. She has been reporting on Russia since the early 1990s and is on her third stint in Russia. She joined The Washington Post in 2019 as a Moscow chief. Robin Dixon has an experienced perspective on this matter. The key issue of this article is the downplay of the Russian invasion into Ukraine. The lenses used were historical and political.
In this article, they are reporting that Zelensky made his views known in a continuous phone call with President Biden on Thursday evening, during which he questioned just how imminent the threat of a Russian invasion might be, according to three sources briefed on the call. As of right now, Zelensky contended that the current Russian troop buildup on Ukraine's border is not a significant escalation from the large military exercises Moscow carried out in April 2021, but that the media coverage is far more intense. This article is being reported from the government, making it biased against Russia, as well as stating that the test could be a threat to their country. The target audience in this article was the public as a whole. The main key issue in this arrival is the concern that the United States has about Russia and the ZAP project. The lenses used in this article were historical and political.
What to expect from Russia's strategic military exercise by CNN. In this article, they're reporting Russian general staff to further develop operational concepts, test Russian military and civilian integration, experiment with force structure, reserve mobilization, or logistic elements. Exercises like Zapad provide useful updates on the state of the Russian armed forces and Moscow ability to generate and deploy combat power in the region of greatest concern to U.S. planners, as well as on the evolution of capabilities, operational concepts, and integration across the force. As of right now, the conflict has not yet occurred. It is only a theory of what could happen. This article is being reported from a left-leaning bias due to it being published by CNN, which is notorious for its left-leaning views. The target audience in this article is the U.S. public, and the purpose is to display the severity of the situation. The key issue in this article is describing how the two conflicts, Russia and Ukraine, are evolving into bigger and bigger things, and now can lead up and affect our future U.S. population. The lenses used in this article are strictly political.
Okay. In another article made by the Washington Post, they are reporting that Ukraine's leader is trying to tell his citizens to not listen to the media. Putin, the dictator of Russia, is on the fence on declaring war because of internment. As of right now, the conflict is still a tactical battle of chess. This article is being reported from a left-leaning bias due to it being published by the Washington Post, as well as stating that Putin is scum and a danger to everyone. The target audience was basically the whole public and all of the people in Russia and Ukraine. The key issues in this article was to stare down between Biden and Putin and how Biden stood up to him better than Trump did. The lenses that were used in this article were historic and political.
The video questions President Joe Biden's motive for war against Russia, as the Biden administration advises all, and quote, American citizens who remain in Ukraine to depart immediately. We want to be crystal clear on this point. Any American in Ukraine should leave as soon as possible and in any event in the next 24 to 48 hours. We obviously cannot predict the future, but the risk is now high enough and the threat is now immediate enough that this is what prudence demands. End quote. If the situation escalates further, the Biden administration predicts unevacuated American troops will okay. If the situation escalates further, like the Biden administration predicts, unevacuated American troops will still be at risk inside of Ukraine. The American people should hear what a war with Russia contributes to them. Why are European countries much less worried than we are? The perspective of this article comes from a somewhat biased source, being Fox News, but it does have a lot of truth and well-thought speculation. The target audience would be the American citizen who is worried about war with Russia.
मलाई तु नलगायौ बाटो छेकी छेकी कान्छी तिम्रो आँखैमा तिरपीको ठेकी मलाई तु नलगायौ बाटो छेकी छेकी खोली तिरै तीर हे माया गरौ गरौ रमाइलो बेच्दै त्यसको पीर चरी चट्ट पारी भुरु खोली तिरै तीर चरी चट्ट पारी भुरु खोली तिरै तीर छिमेकी छिमेकी बनाका नाङ्लैमा खेलाउने कहिले भना हातैमा चुरपोते खेलाउने छिमेकी छिमेकी बनाका नाङ्लैमा खेलाउने कहिले भना हातैमा चुरपोते खेलाउने खोली तिरै तीर चरी चट्ट पारी भुरु खोली तिरै तीर चरी चट्ट पारी भुरु खोली तिरै तीर मिलाउँछु कर्म खोटी नभए जन्ती डोली ल्याउँछु पर्ख पर्ख प्यारी ताजो पाजो मिलाउँछु कर्म खोटी नभए जन्ती डोली ल्याउँछु खोली तिरै तीर हे माया गरौ गरौ रमाइलो बेच्दै त्यसको पीर चरी चट्ट पारी भुरु खोली तिरै तीर चरी